Punters, today I'm sitting down with South Wales painter, illustrator, and tattoo artist, Miss Ree. Punters, today, like I said, I am here with Miss Ree. And this is something different for me. This is something different for you to be watching. And why am I doing this? Because I felt like I want to step away from the wrestling sometimes and bring in just local public figures. She comes from Newport, South Wales. So how have you been, Miss Ree? Obviously, we've only met a few times briefly whenever I come into the shop, but never properly spoke or anything. So how are you doing? How has lockdown affected you?
I'm really good at the moment because I'm back at work. I did quite enjoy the first lockdown because I'm so flat out with work anyway. But the last winter lockdown, that sucked. Yeah, don't like winter. It's too cold.
Yeah.
We want a summer lockdown.
yeah, definitely. But I'm glad you're doing okay. So how have you found? So obviously you've been able to reopen.
Yes.
How have you found business? Is business like booming, or is it okay? Or
no, I think everyone over lockdown has had the chance to think about like what tattoos they want or the designs they want. So at the moment, I do have a massive waiting list, which I'm really grateful for. And all the other artists in the studio are doing great as well, including my apprentice.
oh, that's good. Happy days. Good news. Well,
yeah,
glad you're back doing what you do best. So, should we get into the questions?
Yes.
Oh, Miss Ree, this is the gimmick part now. For the dozens and dozens watching at home, it's cheesy as hell, but we like it. How and why did you decide to get into this tattoo business that you love the most?
Wow, it did start from like the wanting to become a tattoo artist started from when I was really young. My older cousins started having tattoos. And I was like really interested. Every time they come, I'd ask what new tattoo they got. And eventually, I've always been into art. Eventually, they asked me to start designing tattoos for them that they could take to their tattoo artist to have done. So that made me feel amazing. Every time I saw one of my designs on my cousins, it made me feel amazing. So as I was growing up, I went to like college and uni and did art at both of them. And after uni finished, I think a lot of people can relate to this. You're at a point where you don't know what you want to do, like which direction you want to get go in. So I wasn't sure. I did look into tattooing. I wasn't sure how you became a tattoo artist. Online, all they offered was courses, which I know now is bullshit. But they were like $6,000, and I was like, I can't afford to do that for like 2 weeks. And yeah. I don't know, like they don't really exist now, but I don't know how they came about because you can't actually do a course to learn to tattoo.
Okay.
So I thought I'd go in the direction of my mum. She was like a teacher, so I thought maybe I loved uni and I loved being a student. So I was like, maybe I could do that. I might feel like a student for the rest of my life, but it's not like that at all. That's how I moved to Wales, was trained to teach.
Okay.
So came up here from Portsmouth, learned to teach, did it for 6 months, and turns out I hate kids. So like I don't like teaching. It's not I hate kids, it's that I just don't know what to do with them.
Yeah. I can imagine it's really stressful as well to be working.
It is, like teachers are so underrated and underpaid as well, the amount they do. So I was about to move back to Portsmouth and I had a few like graphic design printing job interviews lined up, and I went to Printers in Cambran to print a portfolio for these job interviews. I had a week left in Wales. And when I went to pick up my portfolio from the printers, the printer guy was like, the tattooist down the road wants to talk to you. And I was like, oh, what about it? Made me feel a bit like, why?
Yeah,
why do they want to talk to me? So I went down to see him and he was like, I saw your artwork at the printers and I really liked it. Do you want to do some drawings for me, like tattoo flash? And I was like, oh my God, like, this is amazing. I was like, I'm only here for a week, but I wasn't doing anything. So I was like, I'll come in for the whole week and draw for you. So I did that. And by the end of the week, I was like, oh man, I don't even want to go back. So I rang my dad and I was like, Dad, I'm not coming back. And I thought he'd be like, no, you're coming back. You're doing those job interviews. But he was like, stay if you want, if you're liking it. And that's what I did. I didn't have anywhere to live.
Nice.
So I sofa served for ages after that. And luckily the tattoo artist mum offered me like a bed to sleep in as well, which I'm really grateful for. And it's like it was fate.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to do it. I even, as a teacher, when I was doing teaching, I was drawing tattoos as well. But it definitely was fate.
Nice.
And here I am now with my own studio in Wales.
Yeah, there we are. You know, obviously your tattoos are very, very popular. You know,
Thank you.
Kind of mentioned as well, if I'm right in thinking that.
Yes.
I know you've done a program on E4. Am I correct?
Yeah.
As well? Yeah.
Yes.
So how did that come about? I mean, you know, I assume you had an email after the production or whatever, say we want you on.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It's a weird one because I've had like several emails from different TV production companies. One was the one where like you cook for different people and there's four. What's that called? You have to like, come dine with me.
That's it. Yeah. I thought that's where it was. Yeah.
I was like, at the time, I was living in a flat, and I was like, I can't invite like 3 other people to come to my flat and sit on the sofa, and I don't even cook anyway.
Yeah.
So this one came through Instagram. The producer messaged me, and with being a tattoo artist in the industry, everyone is really wary about anything TV related. Great. Maybe due to tattoo fixers having a bad rep with the industry. Like the public love tattoo fixers, but in the industry, it's a bit like,
kind of shitting over you, was it?
Yeah. So okay. I thought about that. It was a competition. I didn't know is kind of related to tattoo fixers. It was the same company, but I didn't know at the time. So I went through a load of stages of shortlisting, and I got to the end, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we've got one of the tattoo fixers on there," and I was like, "Oh no, like I'm gonna get slated for this." But the producer, he is heavily tattooed. If he wasn't heavily tattooed, I probably think because they don't understand. Right. But he knows a lot of tattoo artists, so he talked me back into it. He was like, I know the industry, this will be really good for you. So yeah, I went for it. And they put me on the train to London for 3 weeks, and it was absolutely amazing. One of the best things I've done in my life was that experience. Again,
Fate as well, you know.
Yeah.
Into it. So yeah, that was awesome. So going into like business terms now. So how do you separate your work from other tattooists, especially around Newport, because there's loads everywhere. There are loads and loads of tattoo artists. So yeah, how do you separate your work from theirs?
I think maybe because obviously I'd done art all of my life through college and uni, and I also trained to be an art teacher. So to me, because I tried so many different methods of arts like pottery, screen printing, absolutely everything I've tried. To me, tattooing is just another method of application of art. So I found it quite easy to get into, luckily. And I think I bring my style of art into my tattoos rather than trying to copy other tattoos, if you get what I mean. I do bring the tattoo style into my artwork because otherwise how would people recognize it? But I think my style as an artist reflects through my tattoos as well. With was chosen for the TV show because it was for all-round tattoo artists, so I did quite a lot of styles like black and grey, color, dot work and all that. So because I put my hand at most styles, I think that makes me quite diverse.
That's cool. Nice. That's good. That's really good.
Thanks.
I know there's a lot of tattoo artists. I ain't naming any because I don't really know any myself, but they
Yeah.
will try and copy each other's work, but just by doing minor little things to it, just so it's not copying as such. And I'd imagine that's something you need to stay away from as well, copying each other's work. You know, this isn't school, is it? This is a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things why tattoo shows aren't accepted a lot, because if they see something if another artist sees something similar to their work on there, they will call you out online straight away.
Right.
And you don't want that. I think with tattooing, it's always going to, because the client has seen other work to show you as reference, you kind of have to go in that direction, but you do have to put your own spin on it. So tattoos are done, like Sailor Jerry stuff are done over and over again, and they're always going to be popular. And so it's a hard one, because you are slightly copying, but then again, you have to make it your own at the same time. So it is hard in this industry with clients seeing other people's work and wanting exactly what they saw on someone else.
Yeah. But as long as it's not actually copying, I guess, I guess you can get away with it.
Yeah, there is like one particular one online. I think it's a comic book piece, and it was on someone's chest, so their like nipple was in the photo of the tattoo, and another artist did it directly from the photo and included the nipple into the tattoo.
Nice. That's a good idea. That's a good idea to do that. So I noticed you got a lot of tattoos as well. Yeah. So what would you say, out of all the tattoos you have on your body, is your favorite one you've had done?
Oh.
And do you tattoo yourself as well? You know, if you're bored one day, just go.
No, I'm not. I'm quite a fanny being tattooed.
Right.
By the way, I hate it. Most tattooists are, because they know what's coming and they know how long it's going to take. So, yeah, I've even cried during a tattoo at one point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think my favorite one is maybe two is my facial tattoos. Yeah. Mainly because when I first started, I was like, I'm never the only face tattoos I saw were like big tribal pieces, or like that one around that boxer's eyes. I forgot his name.
Mike Tyson, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
that's
one.
Right. Yeah.
He's had it removed now. But yeah, it was always quite bold things on the face, and you have to be careful with the face, because a tattoo can change your look completely on your face. You could become unrecognizable to people as well. So at first, when I first started, I didn't want any face tattoos or any hand tattoos. Okay. And as I went through the years, I started to warm to them, and I was like, oh, they can be nice on people. So I had my first face tattoo in January 2017, and it's a dagger on my face. Yeah. And I went to, so it was kind of a last minute thing. I'd been thinking about it all year, but the guy I had it done with was Anthony Fleming in London. And I was stood in the queue in Tesco in Newport, just scrolling through Instagram, and I saw he's like really popular. Yeah. And I saw he'd had cancellation for like the next day at 10 a.m. And I was like, oh my God, I can get in with him. So I was like, I'll have it. And I was like, how am I going to get to London in like 10 hours? So I got the like 5:30 train, went to London. He designed it, and I was like, just put it on my face. And he put the transfer on, and he was like, do you want to look in the mirror? I was like, no, just tattoo it. I was like, just do it before I change my mind. And the next, like after I had it done, I felt so liberated for some reason. I felt amazing. Yeah. It made me feel so good. And yeah, they're my favorite tattoos, my face ones.
Nice. I think that's the thing. Whenever I've had a tattoo, I've always come out of the tattoo studio and thought, you're badass now, kind of thing, you know. Yeah. And so in terms of my tattoos, this sleeve, I got a sleeve here, which was done by Kim. Yeah, Four Horsemen. That's my favorite. I'm still yet to get it finished.
Yes.
You can't really see it on here, but my worst one is this bit of shit. I say that's my umbilical cord. I've always said, you know, just for comical purposes. But that's what happens when you pay cheap money. You know, you get what you pay for. I think.
Yeah.
You pay good money, you're gonna get a good outcome. Would you agree with that?
I think yes. So you definitely get what you pay for. But personally, I quite like that tattoo. It's nice and bold.
I mean, you could do stuff with it, you know, you just need to know.
Yeah, like I love so the flames in it, that's what I really like.
Yeah.
I have a jumper with the flames coming. I love it. It's like my favorite jumper. I love flames. And like Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, when I was about 14 or 15, when I saw his flames, I was like, oh my god, they are so cool. I like them. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the first. I like, it's just modify it to make it
have some like neon colors in it. Like I love neon.
Neon colors, really?
Yeah, wasn't his like quite bright green? His ones, I think they were.
It wouldn't suit me. I don't think it would suit me, but I do go, you know, plan on getting it sorted. You know, this is going to be kind of like a flamey kind of arm, and then this one's going to be split death.
Yeah,
take it as you will, but you know, I got the tarot card there as well.
Oh yeah, that's good, lovely.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's again, that's one of my favorites as well. But I do plan on coming back in and get some stuff done. Right, back to the questions now. So, what educational skills are needed to become a tattoo artist?
I'd say definitely have art behind you, like in college or in uni, either one of them. You have to be able to draw.
yeah, definitely.
And I'd say the best way, so obviously I said that there were courses available online. Don't do them. They are bullshit. They're not going to teach you. The best way, definitely the best way, is an apprenticeship. Yeah. So you're getting everything in one go, like how to run a studio, how every day, because every day is completely different. The people you meet and everything is completely different.
Yeah.
And people's skins, every single person, you have to do slightly different techniques on to tattoo.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely the best way. Learning straight from a tattoo artist is going to get you up there.
There we go. So how true is it? Because I from like a couple of tattooists that I know, they say it's easier to draw than what it is to do a tattoo. Is there truth in that, or is it just you got it kind of thing? Obviously, I know you would train yourself into doing it, but yeah.
It is easier to draw because like it's on I draw on an iPad now. I used to draw on paper, but the iPad has changed my life. It is easier because it doesn't move, it doesn't breathe, it doesn't bleed. So yeah, that is true, but applying it to the skin and seeing how the colors come out and everything, that is more satisfying than drawing on paper.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's answered my question as well. That's what I wanted to know. So, your greatest professional achievements since you've been doing this, what would be your best one?
I think so it wasn't expected at all. So I did Cardiff Tattoo Convention in 2017. Well, I can't remember. It was like my third or fourth convention I'd ever done. And I went there with like the whole studio, went there, had loads of fun. And I tattooed my partner on the last day. And we just did a tiger and a dagger on the back of his leg, like about palm size. And I won 2 awards on that day. I won Best of Day for that tattoo and Best of Show. Like,
nice.
I didn't even expect to win the second award. It's a tiger and a dagger. Like, they're done so many times.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just my spin on it, and the judges loved it. So that was up there for me for achievements.
Nice. Oh, well done. Fair play. That's cool. And lastly, let's think of another question. What's the weirdest reaction you've had whilst tattooing somebody?
So I one mediocre one was I was about to start tattooing a lady's back. I put the transfer on. I'd had the machine in my hand. I was like, "Are you ready?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was about to put the needle in her, and she was like, "Right, I'm off." And she got up and just left. I was like, "What the hell?" Like, she didn't give any explanation or anything. She just got out of the chair and left.
So she came in. She obviously booked this appointment for you
Yeah.
to tattoo her. She got all set up, psyched herself up before she came in. You're there ready. You set your equipment up. I'm gone.
She had the transfer on her as well.
That's unbelievable. That's
so strange.
That's
and then another one was when I was an apprentice. So it's kind of not my experience, but I was there. So the guy that was training me was tattooing quite a big muscly guy, and all of a sudden he passed out and just started snoring, and I was like, oh wow, I'd never seen anyone pass out before. And then he was snoring away, and then all of a sudden he got up out of his chair and he was like, rah! And then he sat down again and went back to sleep.
That's okay.
He was like the Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of weird reactions, but that's I mean, I've even read. I'm going to go as far as this. I've even read about some people having orgasms when they have tattoos done. I mean, can you imagine that? You know, you tattooing somebody and you come across that. I mean, how weird would that be?
Yeah, they must love pain. I've never had it myself. Like, I've had a couple people pass out, but no pleasure.
So what do you do in that situation? So when somebody passes out, obviously you got to stop, haven't you? But what do you do? Just awkwardly, like, you know. Right.
So you have to make sure they don't roll off the bed. You put a cold wet flannel on their head. You make sure they got water and some sugar. You just have to make sure they come out of it, really. But usually I tell they kind of know before it's happening, so they start feeling a bit sweaty and foggy. So if anyone's like, oh, I'm starting to feel a bit hot, I stop anyway, because I know that's the beginning of passing out.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So say you know, we're gonna do just a scenario now. So this is my first ever tattoo I'm gonna get done, right? And I booked it with you. So I got no tattoos, I've had no experience or whatever, I haven't anything this pain or whatever. It doesn't hurt me, you know. Just saying, I'm not hard or anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So if somebody walks in, they book an appointment with you. What is the first thing you'll do with them? You know, make them feel comfortable.
So if they're feeling like it's gonna hurt a lot, I just say to them that it totally isn't what you expect. Like, nobody can know what their first tattoo is going to feel like. Yeah. Everyone always thinks it's going to be savage, and that everyone that I've tattooed the first time, they're always really pleasantly surprised. Yeah. So you put the needle in, they're like, oh, I didn't think it would be like that. It's always the same reaction. So yeah, as long as I always say, if you've got any questions at all, I talk them through, like when I'm setting up the machine, why I'm doing it and everything, and I know they're going to be fine because I'm gentle.
You can get some vigorous people who just
my partner thinks I'm savage. He hates it.
Nice. So I can't think of any more questions. So we're gonna do a fan question. It's on Instagram. His name is The Submission Scoundrel. He wants to know what your most ridiculous tattoo request is.
Right. So I had a lady come in, and she was like, oh, I want a tattoo related to my dead father. And I was like, okay. And she was like, he left me a post-it note. Can you tattoo a post-it note? And I was like, yeah. Like, we can make it appear like it's like raising off the skin, put some shadows on there. And she was like, that's fine. I'll put it on my stomach. And I was like, okay. And that was a weird place to have a dad memorial tattoo. Yeah. And then she was like, and then I want a chain coming from the post-it note to my hood. And I was like, hood? I was like, I immediately thought hood.
Yeah.
She was like, no, my hood. And I was like, I've never heard it called a hood before. Maybe a wizard sleeve. But yeah, that was really odd. Why would a chain?
Yeah, how does that make sense? A post-it note on the stomach going down. How? I don't know.
From your deceased dad.
Yeah, maybe there's some to it. Anyway, let's not.
Yeah, she never came back.
No, I think she got what she wanted by the sounds of things. So that was our fan question out of the way. Now I know your I want to say brother. He is your brother, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, Michael. He is a huge wrestling fan.
He is, yeah.
And like you said, his birthday's coming up in July, and I'll be giving him another video. I will also give him a CueBall's t-shirt as well.
He will love that. Thank you.
I just want to give him a shout out because he seems awesome. Whenever I see stuff from him, I just can't help but think, cool. Can't wait to meet him. Hopefully, I'll be able to meet him soon and all that. And if I have any local shows,
he would love to meet you.
That'd be great.
And when are you doing shows again?
Start back up on the 29th of May. But that's closed event kind of thing. So it's going on YouTube. And then it's June, middle of June, when we can start bringing audience members in.
Nice.
So I can't wait to start seeing everybody again, see all the fans and all that. I can't wait.
Yeah, Mike, I would love to bring Michael, if that's okay.
Definitely.
If we're invited.
I encourage it. I definitely, like, when I find the dates, I'll send you them, and if you can make them, that'd be amazing.
Thank you
so much.
I'll
get receipts as well if that's what you want.
Yes.
Awesome. So that's all the questions out of the way. Is there anything you would like to promote, shout out, anything?
No, not really. Like, I can't wait till the conventions start again. I'm booked for Cardiff convention, which is the end of July. If it's going ahead, we don't know yet, but it would be great to see see you all turn up to the convention. Cardiff Mercure Hotel, end of July.
Turn up.
Yeah.
He will send you. So this has been the South Wales tattoo artist, Miss Ree. Thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. I have been the beer drinking, heavy metal listening, old-headed board and keyboard. By the way, before you go as well, you need to like, subscribe to this channel and all that YouTube bollocks, I don't know. Also, head over to fairyglenbrewery.co.uk, get some beers, watch these Rambles, and use Rambles to get 10% off your orders. That's all for them. Anyway, that being said, stay safe, stay positive, #